00 Kevin. Spy by day, father by night. Mission 1. Chapter 1. If the ocean could talk. What is love? What does love look like or smell like? I never asked this question until I met the girl of my dreams. Here I am, a seasoned NCIS undercover agent on my way to transferring to the bureau, and this happened. While I was out doing surveillance with my co-worker Special Agent Malone. Malone being the womanizer that he was. Malone wanted to go out and party at the nearby skating ring. It was adults only night and the drinks were half price. I was like, nope. I wanted to go home and watch Columbo on reruns. He kept begging and begging until I gave in and said okay. Malone was excited because he needed a wingman to cover his back. He would get pissy drunk, and the last time he was out he got into a fight and was placed on suspension for pulling his service revolver on this chick's jealous boyfriend. Thank God the lieutenant on duty owed us a favor, but the Navy was not so forgiving. If he did anything else he would be on probation, and he would be fired. Kevin, we are going to have some fun tonight, Mijo. Yeah, you are, but me, I am the designated driver. How lovely. So, we packed up the car and headed to the city of Hampton. We lived in Chesapeake across the water. We got turned around and finally made it to the skating ring on Pembroke Avenue. It was lame and I was ready to go home. As we were leaving, Malone said, "Wow." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Follow that car." I asked, "Why, are they criminals?" He said, "I don't know, but one Chiquita may have just stolen my heart." Come on, man, follow that car.
Bom dinos.
I made a right down West Mercury Boulevard to try and catch up, but sister girl was flooring it. Good thing I had that old Ford Crown Victoria, and she could move. I pulled up beside them at the next light and asked them to pull over so we could talk. The passenger said, "We don't date cops." Then they pulled off. I thought, how did they know we were cops? Malone said catch up with them again. My crazy self listened to Malone again. Besides, I got a glimpse of the driver. She piqued my curiosity. I ran them down again and Malone reached over and turned on the blue lights. I asked, "What are you doing?" "I am getting us some dates for the weekend, amigo." They complied. I was so embarrassed that we blew our cover. Chief Carver is going to kill us on Monday. What's done is done. I walk up to the driver's side. The driver with her New York accent started in on me right away. "Why did you stop me? This is harassment. My brother is a correction officer in New York, and I know my rights," I said in my southern tone. "Ma'am, calm down. My name is Special Agent Harris." "What is yours?" "My name is Alex. I just wanted to know if I could call you sometime, and if you are not busy this weekend, can I take you out for lunch?" "Look here, Mr. Big Time Agent, using your authority to scare helpless women in the middle of the night. I may have to think about it." Her passenger Lana was like, "Sure. We'd love to." "Lana, I can speak for myself. I will tell you what, Mr. Special Agent. Give me your home number, and I will think about calling you." That seems fair. Boy, that could have gone south quickly. I walked away wondering if Alex was going to call me. Time will tell. Well, that was enough excitement for me. Malone and I stopped at the 7-Eleven to get a 6-pack of Heinekens before we hopped on the James River Bridge headed back to Chesapeake. Malone said that was fun. I have a hot date tomorrow. How did it go with you, Kev? Not sure. She took my number, so I guess it went okay. Don't worry, my friend, she is digging you. I saw her cutting her eyes at you while you were writing your number down. You know New Yorkers. They can be hardcore sometimes. I dropped Malone off and I drove home. The next day, I got up to go jogging to clear my head from last night. I almost lost my career over a possible date. That can never happen again. I went back into the house and there was a message on my answering machine. It was Alex. She is funny. The message said, "I guess you are out harassing more innocent women. Call me back when you get the chance." I called her back. Alex asked me what I was doing today. She wanted to know if I wanted to meet up at the Waffle House this afternoon. I had to pass today, but tomorrow is better for me. She said, "Cool. Let's meet at the one on Mercury Boulevard in Hampton." Sure, I know that one. Little did she know I was there all the time, staking out the place for dirty sailors and Marines. That's the drug spot. Mission I. Chapter 2. A fresh start. I get there early as usual. The Navy beat it into me. Hard to let that training go. Alex is fashionably late, but it was worth it. She was dressed to the T like she was going to a red carpet movie premiere. I was bumming in my usual jeans and a hoodie. As a matter of fact, I don't have more than 2 pairs of jeans. The guys in the restaurant turned their heads back and looked as Alex walked in. I stuck my chest out. "Yeah. Fellas, she is here to see me." We sat down in a booth. I apologized for looking raggedy. Alex laughed and said it's okay. "You did not seem like the suit and wingtips kind of guy." We got our brunch, and the conversation was nice for a change. I did not have to put on a facade with Alex. I could be my country self with my corny jokes. I think she felt like she could be a full-blown New Yorker without being judged. Alex asked me what I did for a living. Unfortunately, I had to stretch the truth. I work for the Navy investigating crimes against sailors and Marines. Oh, that sounds dangerous. Yes, it is, but rewarding because the Navy is all I know. In my mind, I felt bad because I could not tell her I have 00 status authorized by the Queen herself. I worked with a joint task force in London and kind of helped save the world. I was sworn to secrecy. The date was over. "Alex, I had fun." "So did I, Special Agent Harris." "Actually, I am an undercover agent, so Kevin is fine." "What are your plans for next week?" "Well, I have to work, but I am free on Friday." "Sounds like a plan." I kissed her on the cheek, and we parted ways. The drive back was a whole lot sweeter meeting Alex today. I believe she is the one. I have had some bad relationships before, but this one is different. Time will tell. Well, we have been going steady for a couple of months. I decided I no longer wanted to date. On my day off, I went to Montgomery Ward and picked out a set of wedding rings. Yep, I am going to pop the question today when I pick Alex up from work. I am nervous though. What if she says no, or that she was not ready for that type of commitment? Now I am psyching myself out. Kevin, get it together. Alex got in the car and gave me a kiss. I am sweating bullets even though it's cold outside. She says, "What's wrong?" I put the ring on the dashboard. She says, "What is this?" I said, "Will you marry me?" She said, "Are you serious?" I am. Alex said yes. We got married. I decided I wanted to get a new assignment away from the Hampton Roads area. I felt it was not safe for Alex. Also, my cover was blown with that stunt we pulled that night. Alex found a job in my hometown of Memphis. At the same time, I was offered a job working for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Alex had never really been down south before. Her grandpa from New York tried to convince her there were alligators in Tennessee and she would be eaten up. She reassured him it was okay, and her future was there with me. Mission 1. Chapter 3. 1996, TJ's arrival. After 3 years of attempting to get pregnant, Alex was feeling funny on New Year's Eve. Shortly after, she got a home pregnancy test and sure enough, she was pregnant. I was excited and yet concerned again because I was gone a lot with the Bureau hunting down homegrown terrorists across the country. I loved my job, but I loved my wife more and my soon-to-be son or daughter. I did what any good father would do. I requested a desk job and gave up the field. No regrets. For safety purposes, we staged a fake birth at Baptist Memorial Hospital and me pretending I took Alex and TJ home. She was in fact in Prague on a top-secret mission and had TJ there. I knew about it. In time she will tell me the truth. I picked her and TJ up from the airport. I got some of my buddies on the force to make sure we were not being followed and that the coast was clear at home. We moved into a quiet neighborhood in the Raleigh section of Memphis to keep a low profile. After the dust settled and all of our family visits were made, it was now time for me to be super dad. I can leap over a pile of diapers with a single bound. My wife was healed up enough after her C-section to go out with some friends. Mind you, I have never been alone with TJ. My anxiety was flaring up. I wondered to myself, was I ready for this task? Alex had it all together. She was born for this. Before she left, Alex went over the list of where the diapers were, which breast milk to use first. The first in, first out method. I was to call her if I ran into a problem, and lastly how to change a diaper. My nemesis was diaper duty. I can do this. If I survived Navy boot camp and bureau training, surely I could do this. Did I mention I have defused an IED while eating a turkey sandwich on toast? Alex asked me if I was ready. I said yes. I have my gloves from the hospital, my apron for protection and my goggles for pee sprays. Alex changed him so fast I missed it. After a few tries TJ was irritated, so I told Alex I got this, go and have fun. TJ is settled on the couch beside me. We are watching the game. All is going fine until TJ starts crying. I check to see if he is hungry. Nope. I pick him up and he stinks. Boy, breast milk must give a load to kids these days. Okay Kevin, we got this. Remember the steps. Put him down on a blanket. Get a new diaper, wipes and powder. I am going in. I forgot my gloves and apron. I pull the diaper off. So far so good. I wipe him clean. Check. I put the new diaper on, and as soon as I do, he peed in the new diaper. I am wondering, why did you not do this before? Do I leave him here and run to get another diaper, or take the chance in carrying him with me without one to the bedroom to get another? He's a newborn. So, I took him with me and ran back. Safe. We made it without any accidents. Let's try this again. TJ is loving this. I put the second diaper on. I got this smooth. I reached for the powder and TJ kicked my hand and the powder went everywhere. Now I look like a powdered donut. TJ is really loving this. I could not get upset at all. I am wondering how I am going to clean this mess up before Alex gets home. TJ got hungry, so I get a bottle out of the frig. He falls asleep in my arms, so I lay him in his bassinet. Before I knew it, I fell asleep also. I woke up to the door opening. Alex is in stitches, seeing all the mess I created. I said, "Did you have fun?" She said, "It looks like you had more fun than me." I figured it out. I see. Well, I am taking TJ to bed while you clean up your in his mess. Yes, dear. Mission 1. Chapter 4. Blast from the past. My wife and I decided it was time for her to go back to work. Her family did not live here, so TJ started staying with my grandma. I go to the federal building where my office is located. I walked in, but something felt off. My team were all in a meeting. As soon as Agent Dudley saw me, they all turned around as if they had seen a ghost. My station chief, as we fondly call him Professor Xavier, congratulated me on the new baby. Then he asked me to come to his office. I asked, "Is everything okay?" He said, the CIA has picked up a decoded message on the dark web. They notified us that your nemesis Vladimir Putsky is still alive, and he knows that you live in Tennessee. Sir, how is that possible? While I was in Belfast, I put 2 in his chest, and I blew up a building with him in it. I don't know. I remember we watched it in real time. That slick booger must have crawled out after we left. Chief, I can't move. Alex loves it here and TJ is a newborn. So far, we believe he does not know your identity, but we have a leak in the department, and we need to plug it ASAP. In moving forward, I want you to change your route. And 00, you must come totally clean about your past missions to Alex today. In the meantime, a 24-hour surveillance will be monitoring your house from across the street just in case. Thanks, Chief. Mission 1. Chapter 5. No more lies. I picked up TJ from Grandma's. I get home in enough time to start dinner before Alex gets home. I am making her favorite steak and gravy. She makes it home and the fragrance greets her at the door. TJ is in his car seat relaxing. Alex says that smells good. She kicks off her shoes, kisses me and grabs baby boy. He is excited. He knows his mama. Alex pulls up a chair to the island and asks how my day was. I'm thinking that is a loaded question. I said it was okay. It must have been hard if you cooked my favorite dish before Mother's Day. What's wrong? I turned around and said, honey, there are some things we need to talk about. She said, okay, spill it. New Yorkers. No subtlety. Okay, here goes nothing. Before I met you, I was a part of this joint task force in Belfast to take down this terrorist named Vladimir Putsky, aka the Visionary. He was a threat to national security there and in America. So, I was instructed to eliminate the threat. I did, or at least I thought I did. Unfortunately, he survived. We got word that he is looking for me and he knows we live in Tennessee. I am sorry for the deception. I wanted to protect you from certain things, and the things I did for the flag was not something I am proud of. Honey, I know. You knew? Yes. You talk in your sleep. I have a journal about your adventures. Wow. So, Kevin, what is the plan? I don't want to leave here. I love our life here. I like my co-workers. How are we going to keep TJ safe? The office has set up a team across the street. We will be okay, I promise. Mission 1. Chapter 6. Paranoid with a P. The next day I took a long way around to get to Grandma's. As I am driving, something did not feel right. I am getting some bad vibes. Sure, enough a car is changing lanes as I change lanes. I picked up a tail. Unlike them, I used to run around in these streets. I know North Memphis like the back of my hands. I dipped through Hyde Park and came up the back way. I dropped off TJ and kept it moving. I need to keep this under wrap for now because Alex is going on a business trip for her job. And if she knew what happened, she would not go. The next day, TJ and I dropped my wife off at the airport. She was hesitant because of the situation. I told her all is well. Go and have fun and learn some things. TJ was a little cranky because the flight was an early flight. I drove around for a little while until he fell asleep. My goal is to get him in the house, and I take a nap also. My mom called and the phone woke TJ up. Well, no sleep for me. Mom wanted to see her grandbaby. I dropped him off and said to Mom, do not give that boy any more coffee. She said I cannot promise that because his little eyes looks like he wants some. Mom, please try. This leaves him amped up. I will try. This gives me an opportunity to go to my meeting. Chief says there are no sightings, so we need to pull the plug on your security. I said okay. No problem. I picked up TJ from my mom's and I knew she gave him candy and coffee. I decided to take him to the park to use up some of this energy. TJ loves the outdoors. I put TJ in his walker. No sooner than I look up, there were two men in suits walking towards me with no kids of their own. I left my strap in the car because of the kids playing. They said to me to come with us. The visionary would like to talk to you. How did they find me? That leak caught me slipping again. I can't fight them with TJ with me. I have no choice but to go with them. What they did not know is that in TJ's baby bag I always keep a smoke bomb handy just in case. We walked past a family of 4. The sidewalk was narrow, so I got bumped. That gave me an opportunity to drop the smoke bomb. TJ and I dipped out of there. We made it home. Alex called and asked how things are going. I said great. I took TJ to the park. I put him on the phone. The first thing he says is smoke mommy. You little snitch. Kevin, what is TJ talking about? I said nothing. They had fireworks at the park. Okay, Kevin. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, honey. Mission 1. Chapter 7. Coming full circle. Because of stress, I decided to take a few days off and take my wife and TJ to a place where I went when I was a child. I booked a cabin at the Chickasaw State Park. Alex was not too happy because she is not an outdoors person at all and do not like the heat. After that we will be going to Pickwick Dam. Alex kept talking about the bugs, so I yielded and booked a reservation at the local Marriott Hotel. I took TJ to the park and walked the paths my dad took me on. It felt surreal. Alex was unusually tired, so I told her to stay and rest. We will bring back lunch later. A man was sitting on the bench. His kids was playing a little further in front of him. I sat down next to him to give TJ his sippy cup while I checked his pull-up. TJ being a people person. He speaks to everyone. The man says hello TJ with a foreign accent. Now I am reaching into my bag for that heat. Then I noticed the cologne he was wearing. Calvin Klein. No way can this be him. This cannot be Vladimir. I dropped a building on his head, and I put 2 in his chest. Hello Vladimir. Hello 00 Kevin aka the Grim Reaper. What gave me away? That smelly Calvin Klein cologne, and I noticed your tattoo with your home country on your right hand. This is true. I could never let go of Mother Russia. Guilty as charged. My wife loves this fragrance, or she is a good liar. No matter what, I love her for it. When did you get married? Good question. I thought I was dead, but to my surprise I woke up a little sore from the 2 rounds you put in my chest. Thank God for American Kevlar. The building almost took me out, but there were just enough space where I could crawl out. So, I waited for your team to leave the area, and I crawled out. I was bleeding everywhere and the most beautiful woman walked up to me. Her name is Lorena Marseille. She nursed me back to health. When I got better, I wanted to get revenge on you and all parties involved. Lorena taught me forgiveness and that I had to take responsibility for my own actions. Then she said if I continue down this path then she cannot go with me. I loved her so much that I gave up the revolution of hate and found love. She also suggested I find you and ask for forgiveness and to forgive you. You were only doing your job. We now have 3 children. So, I wanted to thank you because if you had not done this, I would have never met my Lorena. Vladimir. I am speechless. He reached his hand out and I shook it. His kids came up and asked who I was. TJ loved it. Vladimir said we were old friends. So, I left it at that. We agreed to let the past be the past. Funny thing is he lives in Nashville of all places. We were walking to the car, and Vladimir said one last thing. He said, "Comrade, congratulations are in order. Alex is expecting your second child. It is a girl. How did you know before me?" He shrugged his shoulders and just said, "Das Vidania." The morale of this story is that if you live long enough, your life will change. In that change, we have to learn how to forgive and forget. Do not let a past encounter affect your present and future.